One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to Zanis News. My name is Alice Banda and our sign language interpreter is Reynard Simkonda. Let's take a look at the stories that made headlines. Government praise for supporting growth of SMEs. Kwame Nkrumah lecturers resume work. Government start times plan installation of solar power plant. The news in detail. Choma Chamber of Commerce President Evans Chisenga has commended government for supporting the growth of small and medium enterprises through increased empowerment opportunities. Mr. Chisenga has noted the increased access to funds among SMEs in the past 3 years, which has resulted in the growth of their businesses. Nchimunya Nalumpa brings us this report.
Small and medium enterprises are one of the key drivers of the country's economy. That is why, since taking office in 2021, the United Party for National Development devised strategies to grow the SME sector. Choma Chamber of Commerce is happy with the increased support to SMEs.
The CDF funds, which was increased from what it was to a tune of about 30 million now. This money is supposed to benefit the SMEs. The government encouraged the formation of cooperatives so that they can be able to access these funds. That is a very good move, and we've seen some SMEs benefiting from these funds.
So in the 3 years they've been enabling the environment. You can't be successful in business if the environment has no peace. So even investors that are now coming in this new government because of the environment which the government has taken place.
Bidit Sanga, a proprietor of Bemut Electric and Welding Enterprises, is one of the beneficiaries of the Youth Empowerment Funds that helped him grow his enterprise.
Mr. Skomo for government, there's really the capital, capital for youth empowerment. That is 100,000. In
the past 3 years, government has also enhanced skills development among young people. At Mawagali Trades Institute alone, over 800 youths have been trained in various skills.
We are happy to report that from the time we started the training under CDF, we have trained about 300 so far. Currently, in school, we have about 847 students.
This skills development initiative is responding to the challenges of youth unemployment.
Skills training is such an important component in any given country because it is from here that a country is able to produce products that it will be able to sell to other countries and thereby earn what you call foreign exchange. Okay? So where you have no skills in a country, just know that as a country, you are doomed. So what government has done is a very good thing.
Nchimunya Nalumpa, Zanis, in Choma, Southern Province.
And Chililabombo residents are eagerly anticipating the official handover of Konkola Copper Mines KCM today to Vedanta Resources by President Hakainde Hichilema. Some residents talked to by Zanis says the full operationalization of the mine will improve the local economy. Join Mutalekani as he brings us the details.
President Hakainde Hichilema is on Wednesday expected to officially hand over Konkola Copper Mines KCM to Vedanta Resources. This handover will mark the full commencement of operations at the mine. Residents of Chililabombo are happy that the mine will finally contribute to the economy once it's fully operational.
Long enough, this town has been dormant, no business activities because of the mines, and most of the youths don't have employment. Hence, it has gone to crimes in our district. But with this mine, to create more job opportunities, the economy will be revamped.
Business transportation is to my bus or to the woman station. You know what? Makambo kuchita power.
The Chilabombe District Commissioner is pleased that the mine will contribute to employment creation for the local people.
We want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, who said he cannot mine in courts. So his decision actually has elated all of us. The people of Chilabombe and also Chingola, they are happy for KCM to come back to life. So we are so excited, everyone is excited, because we know that employment will be back, all the economic activities will be back. So we are all excited as Chilabombe people.
And the Chilabombe mayor says it is a huge relief that KCM will now be fully operational and will improve the livelihood of locals.
It will boost the local economy because there will be now a lot of liquidity in our district. We expect more direct employees to be attached to this mine. Contractors will bring a lot of employees back in employment, and of course a lot of suppliers will come in. So we have a situation where we have a lot of money in circulation now. This will address the issue of unemployment levels, which have been very high in our district.
With high-grade copper deposits in excess of 2.4%, KCM is one of the largest deposits of high-grade copper in the world and is poised to significantly contribute to the Zambian economy. Mtalakani for Zanis News in Chilabombe, Copperbelt Province.
Meanwhile, Vice President Mutale Nalmango has launched the Early Childhood Education ECE in Zambia report developed by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Roger Federer Foundation and DNA Economics. Mrs. Nalmango says the current challenges facing the education system in the country are complex and multifaceted that require concerted efforts and collaboration across all sectors from ECE tertiary education. The Vice President said this in a speech read on her behalf by Minister of Education Douglas Yakalima in Lusaka. Muna Chivende has more in the following report.
Ministry of Education, in partnership with the Roger Federer Foundation, has launched the Early Childhood Education in Zambia report. The report aims at assessing the costs and benefits associated with the implementation of comprehensive universal early childhood education (ECE) services for children aged 3 to 6 years in Zambia. Vice President Mtaina Lumango was represented by the Minister of Education at the ceremony.
The current challenges confronting our education system are complex and multifaceted, requiring concerted efforts and collaboration across all sectors, from early childhood education to tertiary education. We face issues that demand the combined resources and expertise of government bodies, private sector, non-governmental organizations, and international development agencies. Over time, the roles of development partners and the private sector in addressing these challenges have become clearer and more impactful. This report on the cost of inaction in early childhood education services as a powerful reminder that it is essential to create well-structured, sustainable partnerships for the future. Together, government, private entities, and philanthropic sectors can effectively tackle these pressing issues.
And Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary highlighted the importance of the report.
This report will be a yardstick for supporting foundational learning with our President, His Excellency Dr. Hakainde Hichilema, who is the champion of foundational learning in Africa. Zambia is to achieve the desired human capital needed to support its own development. The investment in foundational learning, especially ECE, cannot be overemphasized. This report, as already highlighted this morning, did point to some of the key issues, which are the free educational policy from ECE, which have opened opportunities for learners to access ECE services. However, this policy should be accompanied by a significant increase in the budget allocation to ECE. Well-nourished children, as already pointed out, ECE stakeholders also have acknowledged that for ECE to expand significantly in Zambia, community ownership and involvement in ECE centers, both in construction and ongoing management, need to be enhanced.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer for Roger Federal Foundation pointed out the benefits of investing in early childhood education.
Talking about facts and figures and talking about costs, it is a tremendous effort for the development of human capital in this country. And we can even name a figure. Yes, it's an investment of 7.6 billion per year. But the outcome will be a lifelong earning annually in this country of 14 billion Zambian kwachas. So it's a pretty good investment. And I think we have to think about tomorrow and not just to think about today. Yes, education is not for free, but it is a great investment for Zambians' future.
The CEO further handed over 160 tablets to the Minister of Education. Management for Zanis in Lusaka.
Still on education news, government has commenced the upgrading of Kandela Day Secondary School into a boarding school. The school will be renamed after the President Hakainde Hichilema. Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Jack Mwimbo, who is also Monze Member of Parliament, says the project is part of a broader initiative by government to construct 120 new boarding schools across the country. Details in the following report.
This mechanized water system at Hatontola Basic School, constructed using the Constituency Development Fund, is a notable fulfillment of government policy of ensuring all schools have running water to enhance the learning environment for pupils. Maonze Central Member of Parliament, Jack Mwimbo, who is inspecting developmental projects in his constituency, is happy with this progress.
On behalf of the community and the school here, we are very grateful to the instruction that was given to us as CDF committees to ensure that every school in Zambia has a water reticulation system. This particular water reticulation system has enabled the school authorities here at Tontola School to undertake gardening, which will result into the supplementation of the coffers that will arise from this produce that will arise from here. Proud of what we have done here so far. We are endeavoring to ensure that we construct, waterborne toilets. Because now we have water. So that most of the schools around in Monze Central constituency have a new water reticulation system. We hope that by next year, all of the schools will have a system similar to the one.
As I speak now, we didn't only receive these free taps, we extended it into all the teachers' houses. We also have.
I think I feel relieved this project. As you can see, some time back there was a hand pump here, whereby each time was being poured, that goes hand pump, the pipes are broken.
Meanwhile, some residents of Atontola ward are calling for the limitation of some wards in Monze Central constituency. Frederick Macha for Zanis News in Monze District, Southern Province.
Kwame Nkrumah lecturers have stopped their sitting in protest that commenced on Friday, August 16, 2024. Kwame Nkrumah University Academic Staff Vice President Isaac Lubanze said the union has decided to end the protest in order to help the distant students that are camped in for residential. We take a break. Stay tuned.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conduct that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topster channel, channel 6 DTT, and channel 458 DTH.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. Government is engaging Star Times Group of China to consider installing a solar power plant to enhance electricity generation capacity. Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Muetwa says government has come up with an ambitious program to deliver the country's power generation by encouraging investments in solar and thermal energy generation. Speaking when he sampled the solar equipment being manufactured by Star Times Group in Beijing, China, Mr. Muetwa, who is also chief government spokesperson, reiterated President Hakainde Hichilema's resolve to intensify efforts to finding a lasting solution to the power crisis with or without rains. Details in the following report.
In its effort to find a lasting solution to the power crisis that has engulfed the country due to the drought, government has continued to engage possible investors in solar energy generation. Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Muetwa, who is also chief government spokesperson, has sampled Star Times solar equipment manufacturing plant in Beijing, China, with a call to the company to consider setting up a solar energy plant in the country.
As government, we have made through, the deliberate effort of the president, a strategic, governmental direction that going forward, with or without rain, so that we can have electricity, hydroelectricity, we must continue to expand investments in alternative solar generation sources, such as solar. The president has pronounced himself to what is termed a solar explosion, that Zambia should now undergo a solar explosion because of the imminent challenges of climate change.
And Star Times Group is ready to engage with government on the matter.
A lot of your power is generated by the hydro, and the cost is already very low. But the problem is that it's not so stable. So in the areas where already covered by the hydroelectricity, what you need is a storage. And in the areas which are not covered by hydro, we can use the household solar power together with the mini grid.
This development is indeed exciting.
We are transitioning from hydro to solar-powered use of energy, and it's a presidential directive. So that Star Times is already looking ahead for us is exciting, and we hope that ZNBC can tap into the services that you're offering and see how they can also transition from the current grid to off-grid solutions.
We're trying to light up our transmitters, but also light up the areas around the transmitters. Because if we light up the transmitters and the areas are not shaded, we're speaking to darkness. This solution also resolves the Cisco problem.
Mr. Muetwa is in Beijing, China, to, among others, attend the 60th Forum on the China-Africa Media Cooperation and China Think Tank High-Level Dialogue at the invitation of the Minister of National Radio and Television Administration of the People's Republic of China. Kalunga Msonda, Zanis News in Beijing, China.
And in environmental news, Bank of Zambia Governor Deni Kaliadia says the bank remains resolute in addressing the challenges of climate change, which has posed a negative impact on the environment and other sectors of the economy. Dr. Kaliadia says the fight against climate change needs everyone's involvement as it has impacted communities negatively, resulting in food and energy crisis, among others. Sande Bwadia reports that Dr. Kaliadia was speaking during the tree planting exercise in Chief Momba's area as part of the bank's corporate social responsibility.
Trees play an important role in human life. They must be preserved at all times. This is the reason the Bank of Zambia has decided to plant trees in Momba district as part of its corporate social responsibility.
To commemorate this major milestone, we thought of doing something out of the ordinary, and that contributes to the sustainability of the environment we live in. In this vein, we coined the theme for the 60th anniversary celebrations as, and I quote, 60 years of central banking, repositioning for sustainable and inclusive growth in a digital world, end of quote. Accordingly, leaning on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 13, which encourages all of us to take action against climate change, we decided to undertake an eco-conscious initiative to plant trees to mitigate the impact of climate change. Distinguished guests, the need to reduce emissions from deforestation cannot be overemphasized. You will agree with us that the forest ecosystem in Zambia is threatened by land use practices that do not take into account the protection of forests.
Mumba District Commissioner Namukolo Hayumbu commended Bank of Zambia governor and his staff for planting trees in the district.
Because Mumba is one of the heavily affected districts because of charcoal burning, which is one of the biggest contributing factors to climate change. But we are happy that the bank thought of coming to us and hold our hands so that at least they can help us, and especially the exercise they are going to do today for planting trees, which is a rare thing to do.
National Heritage Conservation Commission also shared their views on the significance of planting trees.
To thank the Bank of Zambia for partnering with National Heritage Conservation Commission to plant trees at this historic site. The humble beginnings of the trees we are planting today will undoubtedly have a positive impact on the ecosystem and rain cycles for many years to come.
The initiative by Bank of Zambia to plant trees as part of its 60 years of existence is a step in the right direction in mitigating the effects of climate change. Sandra for Zanis, Mumba District, Central Province.
Lukansha Member of Parliament George Chisanga says he is happy with the workmanship on Kasakula Maternity Annex in Mukanga Ward in Kasama District. Mr. Chisanga inspected the facility under construction using the Constituency Development Fund CDF at a cost of over 1 million kwacha. We have more in this report by Gladys Nyirenda.
Lukansha Member of Parliament George Chisanga is in his constituency check on the project under the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Mr. Chisanga has visited the ongoing construction of the maternity annex at Kasakula Rural Health Post in Mukanga Ward, which is being undertaken using the 2022 CDF allocation at a cost of over 1 million. The Member of Parliament is happy with the workmanship on the project.
If you've seen, we have got a smaller facility that is operating both as a clinic as well as a maternity wing. But because of the number of people that obtain services from here, it was thought prudent to expand the capacity. So we've got the one that is just been constructed now. It's almost at 90% construction point. The only things that are remaining are auxiliary facilities.
And Kasakula Rural Health Post in charge, Floyd Simuyobe, has commended government for the facility.
Our labor didn't have confidentiality, such that even somebody who is moving outside is able to see or able to hear what is happening in labor. But this project that you brought to Kasakula, we're very thankful such that it has confidentiality.
Binon Mulenga, a resident of Kasakula, has also thanked government for constructing the facility. Zanis in Kasama, I'm Gladys Nyirenda.
Finally in the news, Luangwa District Commissioner Luke Chikani says the church plays a key role in fostering development in the district. Officiating at the Seventh-day Adventist Church camp meeting in Luangwa District, Mr. Chikani called on the church to encourage its members to take advantage of government's drought interventions to improve their livelihoods. Details in the following report by Lista Ndumba.
Luangwa District Commissioner Luke Chikani is taking advantage of all platforms to highlight government programs to the public. At the Seventh-day Adventist camp meeting, the District Commissioner highlighted some of government's drought interventions. He said government recognizes and appreciates the role the church plays in the development of the district.
Government has instituted several interventions to ensure the well-being of its citizens. Apart from the social cash transfer that government is giving to the vulnerable people, has also introduced emergency response fund. And then relief food from DMMU is coming into our district. I would like to thank our president and his government for identifying Luangwa as one of those 116 districts. Out of 116, 84 districts are the ones that are severely hit by drought. I would like and urge the church propagate this message.
And found a new mission district Seventh-day Adventist church pastor, now on fire, thanked government for the drought intervention. The clergy further urged the congregants to preach peace and unity among the people in the district.
So as we hear these interventions that the government is doing, and the president also even making a directive that Luangwa is one of those that are receiving this food at a reduced price, we are so delighted.
The host pastor, Love Mohamwini, said more than 20 congregants were baptized.
We had a success meeting, which is the conference, which is the camp meeting. This camp meeting, it blessed us spiritually. We had interactions, even the entrepreneurship. We had lessons which were helping under the theme, I'll go looted in a lootless age. Through these preachings and lessons, we have baptized 22 souls who are won to Christ.
The program included a health talk.
Plastic bottles, they are made of polymers. Yeah? You use a throwaway. When you use again, mwafakamo chikwantu, mwafakamo manzi, yajama chemicals yambo choka kuboto yangena mumanzi. Yakangena mumanzi, tipumwa ise. Meaning tipula tikuma ma plastic chemicals. And then it doesn't digest plastic. Like the way we know plastic, if we digest, it's hard to decompose. Or in 20 years. So can you imagine you put plastic into your body? There are many enzymes that digest plastic. So at the end of it, think of the exposed cancer.
Lista Ndumba, Luangwa District.
Before we end the news, a reminder of the top stories. Government praised for supporting growth of SMEs. Kwame Nkrumah lecturers resume work. And government start times plan installation of solar power plants. On that note, we conclude Zanis News. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, I'm Alice Banda, and our sign language interpreter was Renard Simkonda. Goodbye.